Hello, welcome to JKP Rising, and today is the Reign Series 3 video documentary series behind Episode 7, Personal. Episode 7 marks a very important moment in the show. It's pretty much all action the entire time. It's focused on a plot line that has been built up for 6 episodes now. I think a lot of people expected Episode 7 to pick up directly where Episode 6 left off with Chloe and Tom, but that is for another episode. It's called Personal because throughout the entire show so far, Leal and his team have been tracked, and when they find out that they've been tracked and they're looking for who it is, it's very personal to Leal that he resolves this as soon as possible. It's very personal to Mort that he helps Leal because Mort needs a distraction. It's very personal that Frank confronts Leal to get back his station because that is something that he's been trying to do for a while. It's very personal that Skept reunites with Travis as well as Grape so that they can figure out their family troubles. Same with Lobster. So it's very personal that Dark Daryl is here going after Frank, and Daryl has now magically been transformed and he is now gone, just like what happened with Series 2. So there's a lot of personal arrangements happening in Episode 7 with multiple parties involved, and we find out throughout this episode that shit hits the fan and things are getting violent.
Thanks for saving us, Leal. No problem.
The team arrives at Alexandria University looking for these trackers, and they have mysteriously been able to survive the lightning strike that was caused by Dark Daryl in the previous episode. That's foreshadow for an upcoming scene. And James is nervous because he's going to meet Travis's family for the first time in a long time.
Feeling weird? I am. Really scared, but I need to do this.
And Travis is going into this very blindly optimistic. He's hoping for the best.
You think your brothers will like me? I think so.
Best case scenario, they all just join forces, but that's best case scenario. And to be honest, that's very delusional because everything up until this point has been very confrontational, very tense. So he's going into this hoping for the best, but unfortunately, that is not reality.
No one can keep me out anymore.
Dark Daryl is a very strong character, very strong villain. And the professor was someone who was very crazy and unpredictable. Dark Daryl is calculated. Dark Daryl knows what he wants, knows how he wants to get it. Dark Daryl has a plan, and he's looking for devices that the professor left behind. He doesn't have time to open up a door. He just has time to blast open a door. And he goes inside because he has things he needs to take care of before he goes back hunting Frank.
Is Imperium awakened?
A what?
The word Imperium is mentioned, and Frank doesn't know what that means. Now, this is not the first time we've heard the word Imperium. It was actually first spoken in episode 2 when Ace was looking at this unknown thing that got him killed. And if you overheard the radio, the guy said Imperium.
What about the Imperiums? Ignis and Fulgur are still missing. After what happened with Friggus 2 years ago, we need to be on high alert.
Imperiums?
In Series 3, I wanted to explain pretty much everything that happens. Everything from Series 1, Series 2, and obviously new things in Series 3. And in Series 1 and 2, the fire on Frank's head or the lightning on Daryl's body was always as like a joke or like not to be taken seriously. Obviously in Halo, they're called armor effects, and they're not meant to be anything other than aesthetic. But in this story, I wanted them to mean something.
An Imperium. You have one too.
I do?
Of course. You didn't know that? That's why you can shoot fire.
Frank has an Imperium, and that is what his ability is.
You knew this the whole time and never told me?
I thought you knew.
The definition for Imperium is absolute power, and that's exactly what Frank has. That's exactly what Daryl has, Dark Daryl the Professor, and soon to be someone else. Right before Skept is able to explain more about what Frank has, the Space Weather team of Leal, Mort, James, and Travis breach, and we have this really awkward reunion of characters.
What the fuck?
It escalates pretty fast, separating a couple people. So while all this chaos is going on, Nikki's trying to upload data to expose what exactly has been happening.
Tell Nikki to publish all rain information now. The world needs to know what we found.
Okay, I'm opening my laptop now.
But at this point, we actually don't really know why it is raining. We just know who's profiting off of it and who's continuing the rain. Leal has to stop them. He can't be exposed, because if he gets exposed, then obviously that's really bad press, and he probably would have to stop, as everyone would figure out what's going on.
Hey Frank, I have a score to settle with you!
No time to talk with you fucks!
James tries to confront Frank and show off some of his confidence skills that he's been getting from Travis, but unfortunately, life doesn't work that way, and he's unable to confront Frank, but he's able to confront Skept.
You're going to accept Travis's apology!
Don't make me do this.
And he does end up standing up for Travis.
Sometimes friends are worth risking your life for! I'm not going anywhere! If you're going to shoot me, then shoot me!
That's a big moment for James's character, because he's very submissive and he doesn't have confidence, or he doesn't have the will of his own. In earlier episodes of the show, Travis was really kind of encouraging him to step out of his shell, and this is a moment in the show where James becomes like a man.
You're definitely more confident than last time we met.
You can thank Travis for that!
He becomes someone that is noticed, and Skept quickly realizes, okay, you've clearly changed and come a long way.
I told you, back off! Don't make me go further! Holy fuck!
Mort versus Lobster is pretty fierce. Mort made a promise going into this that he wouldn't harm Travis's brother or any of Travis's family. Mort is on high stress because he's already indirectly injured one of his friends that's in the hospital in a life and death situation. The last thing he wants to do is to do that again for someone else. But it gets to a point where it escalates so much that he has to take measures out of his hands, and he defeats Lobster, but it injures him.
Motherfucker is trying to kill me!
In this moment of panic and stress, confusion, anger, frustration,
Mort, what the fuck? You said you wouldn't hurt him!
He tried to kill me! I almost died, I had no choice!
we see Travis have a mental breakdown, and he does the unthinkable.
I'm sorry. Travis, what are you doing?
By knocking out Mort, he allows Skept and Lobster to leave.
Step. For what it's worth, I'm sorry.
Somewhere down the line, they can redo this and hopefully be in a better state.
So, you're this French guy. What's your name, since you probably already know mine?
My name is Leal Busson.
Frank versus Leal is something I've been looking forward to for a long time. My goal was to build up Frank as this really strong, unstoppable entity where he's training Daryl, training himself. He's been training for 3 years, as we saw in episode 1. I wanted to just show how powerful Frank really is as a character, just so that he could be completely destroyed by another character, thus building up Leal immediately.
Get a load of this!
Not only is Frank really strong, but because Frank got destroyed by Leal, that just means Leal is way stronger than Frank, and I was able to accomplish that in a couple seconds without showing Leal being strong.
Oh, that was your attack. Sorry, for a moment I thought you were a serious opponent.
And in this moment, we see Leal has an Imperium, just like Daryl and Frank, Dark Daryl, the professor. Throughout the show, I've been teasing Leal's ability. In episode 1, we had him outside meditating in outer space, and then it started randomly snowing. We saw his flashback where he was on a military base and he got exposed to some type of circular object, which is probably the Imperium. When Jaber went to the hospital, the doctor said that he only survived because he didn't bleed out, because something was keeping the blood from bleeding out, and that was him obviously freezing a portion of Jaber to keep him from dying from blood loss.
There's one thing we found strange.
What is it?
It's almost as if there was something blocking the bleeding, like he was frozen in one spot. Exactly where the bullet was found.
Oh, really?
I've teased moments in the show where Leal is special. And we finally see it in this episode that he does have an ability. He has an Imperium. It's called Frigus, and it's the Imperium of Ice.
I don't think you realize how different you and I are.
And he's able to freeze Frank in place, and he starts freezing him.
What the fuck? What the fuck are you doing? Hey!
The power difference, the power scaling compared to Frank. And you would think that Frank would have the advantage because he's fire and fire melts ice, but Leal is in a completely different league compared to Frank.
Shame. I was looking forward to an action fight. This will be easier than I thought. Sleep tight.
Even though Frank has fire, Leal has mastered his ability to such an extent that he could literally freeze fire. It is short-lived though, because Dark Daryl comes in and knocks Leal out, someone that he was not expecting. Because previously we were told the professor's gone, you just have to worry about Frank. And they didn't know that Daryl was training, they didn't know that Daryl had all these alternate personalities. Again, they thought the professor was gone and now Dark Daryl's here, total surprise. Leal's caught off guard and he gets knocked out, which frees Frank.
Come here.
And then now Frank has to fight Dark Daryl and fight for his life, round 2. Frank is easily subdued by Dark Daryl.
Weak.
And before Dark Daryl can finish the job, Leal intervenes.
You again.
Frank is mine.
This is also another time that I experiment with blood in the show. In episode 5, I experimented with the first blood scene where Emma coughs up blood. Episode 6 is where Chloe kills herself and blood splatters on the wall. Episode 7, we now see Leal coughing up blood and we see constant blood running down his face, which is a cool visual effect.
The more you distort, the weaker you get.
While these two powerhouses are going at it, Frank is able to escape and get the fuck out of there.
What the hell?
Life is often unpredictable, and in this episode we see that just so much unexpected things happened. And now everyone's trying to escape the university because something bad is coming.
Goodbye.
No shit, oh shit, oh shit!
Dark Daryl initiated something at the beginning of the episode, and now he's here to finish what he started. The university is going to explode.
We need to get the fuck out of here! Now!
Dark Daryl is just destroying hundreds of tons of missiles. That was also provided by the professor, because the professor is just this crazy guy that's able to get just ridiculous things. Everyone has to leave, you know, and this was their base of operations, how they track the rain, and now that the university is destroyed, they're now on the run.
Travis, we need to do something!
Dark Daryl really is the catalyst in all this. He causes problems for Frank and his team, and causes problems for Leal and his team. And because of Dark Daryl, he destroys the university, which causes a massive disruption everywhere. This explosion scene was a lot of fun to make. It was a little hard to figure out how am I going to make a nuclear explosion in Halo Reach, but because of certain angles, visual effects, I think it came out very well.
Here you go. Thanks, Rich.
In the last scene, we have the repercussions of episode 6 finally start to take effect.
Hello? Hey, Tom. You never called this late. What's going on?
I need help. Can you come to my place? I'll text you the address.
Tom is clearly not in the right state of mind after Chloe literally killed herself in front of him.
Sure, yeah, what happened?
Close. You'll see when you arrive.
And this is right after Emma also passed away in front of Aaron.
Aaron. I'll go. You need to rest.
Aaron doesn't know what happened to Tom yet, but he can quickly tell that Tom's not in a good mental space where he currently is. So even though that he's all fucked up and screwed up, he's able to connect to Tom on that level to be like, okay, I know he's not good. Why? Because I'm literally going through that right now.
Tom's my friend. Something's wrong, and I need to go.
All right. I'll drive then.
Okay, yeah, thanks.
And they rush to go find him to see what's happening, and it just goes to show, like, there's so much happening in Rain. There's so much happening in Rain. There's just so much to come. Episode 7, personal. A lot of stuff goes down. A lot of crazy stuff. Stay tuned for more video documentaries for Rain Series 3 here on the channel for Jacob B. Rising. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.